Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Valentine and this is
Ilias. Ilias.
Ilias. Yeah,
Hello,
we're
hello,
still
everyone.
trying
Yeah,
to
you're here.
understand how
You're in
those things
Israel, right?
works.
I'm still trying to figure out
Exactly.
where you are because, unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately for you, but for the last month we haven't seen each other for live, and we've
Yeah,
been
so
doing that
I'm
in
not on the
our
right, on the left. I'm far. Yeah, but thanks to
yeah,
the magic of internet, we're together with the community, and we actually got
yeah.
a few guesses for this show. So this is the third webcast. So thanks everybody for supporting us. That's really nice. Let's start quickly because we tend to make those things longer. So let's jump right in it to it. Ooh, I'll make it. So what's the
Ouais,
first thing
ton
that
anglais, je
happened?
pense que t'es resté trop longtemps à Shawinigan. Tu devrais pratiquer ton anglais.
Yeah,
Reviens à
yeah, yeah.
Montréal pratiquer
Takes a
ton
toll on
anglais.
me.
Écoute,
So the first section we do is we do a highlight of the week. So all the great things that happen in the startup community, we take a few minutes to discuss about them. Ilias, what's the first thing that comes in mind about what happened during
Absolutely.
the week?
So there are a lot of things to those are just like mini highlights. Again, like the calendar, go on montrealnewtech.com/calendar if you want to have all the events and all the activities that are happening, as well as on the Facebook group Montreal Plus Startups to be able to follow all the news. But like quick highlights, because there are a lot of changes, we're very, very lucky to see some activities that are being postponed, being announced now. On a notre ami donc Valentin Godard qui organise le AI on Social Mission, qui en est déjà à sa troisième édition cette année, qui est reportée pour l'automne, donc le 19 et 20 novembre. So on November 19 and 20, Valentin Godard and her team is organizing the Intelligence Artificial on the Social Mission. Really, really insightful conference. They had like amazing speakers in the past, whether it's Yoshua Bengio, Philippe Baudouin, Kathleen Siminyoun, Carolina Besega, for people who know her from Strategy as well, and many, many others. The angle is really interesting. And the tickets are not on sale right now, but you can go and check it out for the first and second edition on their YouTube channel. Have a look as you show right now. Few of the speakers. You can keep scrolling down. I think there are some amazing speakers there that people can have a look at and definitely check their talks. It's really at the crossroad of art, social impact, and artificial intelligence, and there are so many things happening, so many insightful talks, and an amazing vibe that has happened in the last two editions. So next one, mark your calendar, November 19 and 20. As soon as we know about the tickets, we'll get hopefully Valentin to come on board and present us a little bit that in a deeper dive. For the
Yes, I
second
agree with the idea of having two
highlight,
Valentine in the same discussion. Yes, let's make
yeah,
this
that would be
happen.
wonderful. Valentin,
More of
Valentin,
us,
oui, mais
more
c'est
of us.
Valentin, ça va très bien. Valentin, exactly. You're taking over the world. Wonderful. The other highlight, as you know, we've been working really hard and trying to contribute to the challenges faced and answer the challenges faced against COVID. Donc, comme vous l'avez vu, le hackathon Ensemble versus Virus qui a été organisé sur le dernier week-end, des résultats ont été annoncés hier soir. Sans rentrer trop dans les détails, j'espère que vous avez suivi le live. Si vous ne l'avez pas suivi, on peut mettre le lien du live pour connaître les gagnants et gagnantes,
Bonne idée.
ou les gagnantes et gagnants de ce hackathon. Mais grosso modo, 500 participants, 500 participants, 50 projects, and 6 winners. The 6 winners, really, really quickly, because I would like to highlight them. One is eSafe, the monitoring platform for factories to monitor the workers in factories and practice social distancing through computer vision and AI. Really simple to see if everything is being properly done through computer vision, as well as the social distancing. We have also and thermal visualization, really interesting. Spring Out regarding domestic abuse, as you know, and unfortunately, this kind of confinement situation leads to an increase in domestic abuse. And this platform is actually tackling this issue heads on. And it's a mobile-based platform to support this during this pandemic. There is My Health Risk around the burnout issues for healthcare workers. Then Allyship for a sympathy mobilized platform to provide healthcare workers the support that they need throughout the population. Really, really interesting. We see a lot of activities around frontline workers, etc. Hero Pool around carpooling for the workers directly and the current workers, and Saucy Hunt, a gamification and reward to shift those behavior to have a more positive behavior in this kind of situation. So really interesting solutions. Few of them actually are going to continue and working really hard to make them continue on their project. We're going to announce some new initiatives coming up, But again, as a little announcement we made yesterday, if you're an incubator, accelerator, or an ecosystem player and you want to contribute, go on the dev post. It's togetherversusvirus.devpost.com. Have a look at the project. We can connect you, can help you out to make those actually move their social impact.
Yeah, and those are gorgeous projects.
Finally,
The last week we actually talked about one of those. Yeah, definitely. If you guys are curious about what kind of initiative it's literally a beautiful case of grassroots movement. Just go take a look at that live, and you'll see who won or what kind of ideas are on the table. Let's jump next on the university series, fintech. Tell me more about fintech and what we can learn from it.
Absolutely. So our friends of Fintech Cadence, we've been working together and for the last 4 years. We love what they're doing in our ecosystem. They are really like a backbone of the fintech startup ecosystem here in Quebec, and working more and more throughout Canada thanks to this wonderful opportunity that is called confinement. Mais blague à part, so
positive spin, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the FinTech series is a series, as the name says, especially for the university students to be acquainted with the FinTech ecosystem, to know more what is going on and what are the opportunities there, because it's moving very fast. It has been moving very fast. And the changes in our environment right now is going to make those changes even more meaningful. So we have variety. I'm like being part of it already, but they have a variety of themes around them. Last one was on April 23rd. Last week, Cash Not Accepted, the future of cashless society. But the next one is on April 30th, Managing Risk, the new face of insurance. They have others around invest and save for financial freedom, data ownership, as well as accelerating innovation in collaboration with bigger companies and startup, where you may or may not see some friendly faces there as well. So that's for the FinTech series. Great initiatives. It's every week on the Thursdays for the people interested in FinTech. It's called University Series, but it's open for everyone. You can jump in right there in the middle of it or whatnot. If you have questions, ping some of our friends, either Layal, Nicolas Beliveau, or JJ, or whoever. Ask them questions, or go on their Facebook page, FinTech Cadence, or fintechcadence.com, I guess, to learn more about it. And check it out. See you next week.
Amazing. So the next section, that's really good. Like you really put through that recap. Now we're gonna.
You told me to be on time, so I'm trying to do my best.
It works. So okay, so we go to the next section. The next section is next week, and so there's a lot of great things happening that happened this week. Now it's time to prepare. It's Friday. If you're watching this live, it's time to prepare next week. So Ilias, tell me what's going on. I heard there's a really interesting survey right now.
Absolutely. So en fait, comme tu le sais, il y a énormément d'impact. Ce que Covid a impacté la société de part et d'autre. Et en particulier, nos amis de URL ont lancé un sondage en fait, pour savoir un peu plus l'impact concret sur les femmes en technologie. Et ce qui est super intéressant là-dedans, en fait, c'est qu'au-delà, évidemment, de la réalité, puis même dans les questions du sondage en tant que tel, tu peux cliquer sur le lien en français, dans les questions, ça va un peu plus en profondeur. Donc, c'est sûr, il y a les enjeux autour de l'emploi, les enjeux autour du financement, des choses comme ça. Ça, on le sait. Et bon, il y a ces questions-là aussi. Mais il y a aussi autour de l'impact dans la qualité de vie au travail ou dans le travail. C'est quoi l'évolution par rapport à work from home? Donc, on travaille à la maison. C'est quoi l'impact à ce niveau-là aussi? Et donc, il y a des questions justement sur les dynamiques dans les réunions ou quelles sont les solutions potentielles pour améliorer la qualité de vie au travail. Des questions qui, en réalité, s'appliquent tant aux hommes qu'aux femmes, mais en particulier ici, on s'adresse vraiment aux femmes pour voir quel est cet impact. Ça va être médiatisé d'ici le mois de mai, ainsi que penser ensemble à des solutions potentielles, parce que malheureusement, et c'est la réalité, in the same way we discussed about domestic abuse earlier and the increase around it, the virtualization and the work from home has an impact. And I'm pretty sure, and I wish I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, but the reality is that probably whatever we see, for example, in meetings and how the voice of women during meetings sometimes are being shut down, and other issues around the power dynamics during meetings and others may be exacerbated during this kind of pandemic because of the work from home dynamics and the lack of ability to be actually having a face-to-face conversation and like the body language easier to check.
Yeah, it's
so go check it out.
Sorry, it wasn't available.
It's in English and in French.
Yeah, so sorry, the form wasn't visually available at first. I had to fix a little thing. So those forms are a bit long, but I just want to take some time to say, it's really worth doing. Organizations, and by the way, we hoped once the survey goes through and they have enough people who answered, our goal is to invite
Ouais.
the people behind that
Ouais,
to
ben
actually discuss the
Chloé
results.
Frélon.
Exactly, but
Ouais, on
that
invitera
only
Chloé, elle viendra nous parler.
exactly, and that only works if people take the time. It's not a quick survey with 3 questions because those things need to go in detail. So if you work in
Yeah,
that ecosystem, and please just take a few minutes. It really goes a long way. When people say this is lacking, they have actual numbers that they can uh, put on the table. Yeah.
absolutely. So to jump on the next one, is it like a next gen? So
So the next is next gen. Yes.
okay, so next gen is happening next Tuesday on April 28th. For people who don't know, I'll go fairly fast on that one as well. Next gen is the super cluster around manufacturing and advanced manufacturing in Ontario. A really interesting event they're hosting on April 28th in the morning. So if you have a boss, ask to take some times off if you're interested in manufacturing, advanced manufacturing, or if you're in startup. We'll have some of our colleagues who are going to be there, and they will bring you the recap on that. But really interesting around the adaptation around COVID and the opportunities that are there. So there will be a few organizations there who are presenting, as well as startup, government bodies, etc. So if hardware, advanced manufacturing, manufacturing in general, and the COVID adaptation around the pandemic is important for you, check it out. Then we have nos amis de l'accélérateur Banque Nationale, la base.
So what is La Base? Sorry?
Am I going too fast for you?
No, that's perfect. Slightly, but that's a good problem to have, Ilias. That's perfect. So I'll load the visual and I'll make it like blend, like everything was going according to the plan. Oh, look, a visual. Boom. Go ahead. So what about them? He's
Well,
proud.
you're the
He's
one
so
who told
proud.
me I have, no, hey, dude, like, I'm blushing. I'm like, oh my God, I was on time this time. OK, so let's move to l'accélérateur. Donc, effectivement,
Yeah.
donc HEC Montréal, en fait, a fait tout un rebranding en plus de tout
Mhm.
le programme. Très, très beau travail de nos amis là-bas, Louis, Manaf, Gabriel, etc. Et donc, en fait, ils sont en plein recrutement à l'heure actuelle. Il y a de très beaux témoignages d'ailleurs avec certaines des startups avec qui on a travaillé l'année dernière. Donc, très, très sympathique programme. Et ce qui est intéressant dans ce programme, évidemment, comme beaucoup de startups font des pivots à l'heure actuelle, ben, leur programme aussi, dans quelque sorte, fait un pivot. Entre autres, donc c'est le volet de gestion de l'incertitude, du pivot autour, la révision de leur modèle d'affaires, la révision même du modèle, la structure de l'entreprise, ainsi que la réalité du pivot que certaines des startups doivent faire. Donc, un programme orienté gestion, comme ce que HEC fait si bien que dans notre société depuis plus d'un siècle, la situation liée à la pandémie et au pivot potentiel, tant dans le produit de la compagnie que dans le style de gestion et les impératifs que ça amène, tout ce qui est work from home, etc. etc. Donc, très, très intéressant. Donc, pardon.
C'est un
Non,
bon
j'allais
point
juste
parce
dire qu'à
que j'ai
Deadline, c'était les
plusieurs
3
collègues en
P
ce
aussi.
moment dans l'écosystème qui sont, tu sais, c'est quand même vraiment un vecteur important de passer par les cohortes. Ça fait vraiment partie de l'approche un peu lean, les types de réflexions qu'on a. Et ils mettent tout en stand-by parce qu'ils disent, ben, écoute, je sais pas qu'est-ce qui va arriver.
Ouais,
Mais justement, si tu sais pas, il y a des
exact,
initiatives comme celle-là
exact,
qui s'attardent spécifiquement à ce
exact.
problème-là parce qu'il y a des gens qui vont pivoter et ça va être une fantastique opportunité pour eux pour ajuster un produit à
Puis,
une demande qui est vraiment croissante.
ah, puis aussi par rapport à tout ce qui est source de financement, puis je pense qu'on va y arriver tout de suite, par rapport à
Mhm.
justement mi-tax ou d'autres sources de financement, on a entendu que le gouvernement, tu sais, on avait fait la liste, puis la liste, on peut partager le lien encore, là, de toutes les sources de financement
Oui.
disponibles, le fédéral, le provincial, le municipal, mais plusieurs programmes qui existent déjà. On a entendu parler du Paris,
ouais.
ainsi que des programmes comme mi-tax, etc., qui se renouvellent. Et aller dans des cohortes comme ça, c'est bien parce que ça te donne un one-stop shop pour avoir accès à ces programmes-là, avoir une bonne connaissance et des choses il n'y a pas d'équité en retour. Donc, c'est accès à des prêts, des bourses ou les programmes gouvernementaux sans devoir se départir d'une certaine équité. Donc,
Exact. Et
effectivement, très intéressant d'y aller aussi pour le soutien.
d'ailleurs, dans quelques minutes, on va avoir une personne, en fait, Hélène Fortier, qui va nous parler d'un de ces programmes-là. On va terminer la section présentement avec un des derniers, qui est le Startup Weekend. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Exactement. So, indeed, Startup Weekend has been around for about 10 years now, actually. And well, I'm not going to steal the punch because I think we have a guest here. But the idea is, imagine the situation where we are right now. the pandemic that we're living and action that can be taken. And we're very lucky to have, I think, Mirela Pirlea with us here, who's leading the Startup Weekend here in Montreal and in Quebec. But it's something that is happening across the world, I heard.
Absolutely, Ilias. It's a pleasure to be with you both. Thank you very much, Valentin and Ilias, for inviting me. So we have a very...
Valentin, est-ce que c'est juste...
Ah, j'entends parfaitement.
We have a special Startup Weekend. It's online and it's across the globe. There are 70 countries taking part. Last weekend, there were half of them, and this weekend, so it's starting tonight. You have still time to go and register. We have another 35 countries. So I'm part of organizer teams that it's across Canada. We are almost 20 organizers from all the provinces. It was a huge challenge. 3 weeks ago we started to organize this. So we are very excited. We are welcoming you. We will also welcome solutions towards, obviously, to solve problems for vulnerable population, solutions among the community. What COVID, bring us problems, and we want solution in education, obviously, but much more. So it's a Startup Weekend online for COVID. It's open to all kinds of ideas. So right now we already have almost 70 ideas that were submitted. Teams and the registration already, obviously, the participants are already going on the platform. We use Discord platform. So they are right now in the process to form teams, and you can still register, go and find ideas that you like and form teams. And we'll have online, YouTube live opening tonight at 7.
So actually, speaking of which, I'm curious, what's the size, how many people participate? And I've put a website. I will assume that's the proper size for people to register, but how many people are involved so far?
So right now it's around 450. I don't have the latest, as you know, in the last minutes we still have registration.
Yeah.
But when I look, we are around 450 participants. We have over 60 mentors. We have 25 judges, very prestigious judges. We were very lucky. We have, as I say, an organizer team, about 20 people that we will be connected in, all minutes. So we start tonight. We already started since this morning. So we are very excited and we are very hands-on deck, as we said, to be with you and answer all your questions and really, really be sure that you have a wonderful experience.
That's really nice. Hey, thank you, Mirela. Do you have any last question, Ilias? All good. Sorry, we might have a slight little technical issue. So Mirela, so for people who are interested, again, we're adding those comments in the live, or you're gonna see it in the show notes. It's really important. It happens this weekend, so it's if you're people are really curious about what's going on, that's an amazing place to go. I thank you again for your time, Mirela. Appreciate it.
Okay, my pleasure.
Goodbye. So Ilias, all good? Do you hear me well now?
Hello.
Cool. Just perfect. Yeah. So for those who are joining,
Mirela m'a manqué.
Oh yeah, we'll find ways.
No, it was very interesting. Yeah, of course, of course.
For those who are joining at this section right now, or who just clicked on the live currently, we're jumping to the section that we call deep dive. So the deep dive is a time we take, besides all those events and all those initiatives, to cherry pick one and spend some time to discuss what it actually means for the community. And today we decided to invite somebody special for us, named Hélène Fortier, who works on the how should we qualify that, Ilias?
On va dire que c'est l'expérience et la sagesse ainsi que l'expertise dans le domaine.
Yeah, so how can you bring more science, how can you bring more knowledge into this hectic time? So Hélène, welcome on board. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. En français ou en anglais?
We don't know anymore. On sait plus. On alterne constamment entre les langues. On va faire cette partie-là en français. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez?
I'll finish in French. So, yes, I'm from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada, le Conseil de recherche en sciences naturelles et génie. En ce moment, nous, on investit dans des projets spécialement pour la COVID-19. pour encourager les chercheurs des collèges et des universités à faire des partenariats de recherche avec des entreprises, des organismes à but non lucratif et aussi des gouvernements. Avec les universités, il est possible d'obtenir 50 000 $ du CRSNG, so $50,000 from NSERC. The company can be a startup as long as you have at least 2 employees, and it's for a 1-year project, and it's really in the natural sciences and engineering to address a problem specific to COVID-19. So any medical device, any artificial intelligence related to health, you name it. We have, I don't remember, probably 300 proposals so far with the universities. Wow. It's going very well. So that's going on. The company, what's nice is that the company doesn't need to invest any financial resources into it. So it's really to get the innovation out the door.
Can we repeat that last part? Because that's pretty rare, right? That's really, really rare. So there's 2 things. First, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not doing some crazy high-tech science right now. And they're actually wrong because they could, right? If we talk about innovation, there's always an opportunity to develop some sort of technology, a way to implement even current or existing technologies. But usually and traditionally, the company needs to put a bit of money on the table in order for other grants and programs to kick in. So why is that not the case here?
Ben, c'est qu'on voulait vraiment aider les besoins urgents. Puis on est au courant que les entreprises sont quand même pas, ils n'ont pas nécessairement les ressources financières en ce moment. Et puis pour faire aller les innovations, que ce soit une grande ou une petite entreprise, tout le monde est dans le même bateau. We're all in this together. Fait que le gouvernement investit justement pour vraiment aider des technologies qui sont pas, qui vont être assez courtes à développer. Là, on ne veut pas avoir des gros projets de recherche, donc c'est pour ça que le temps de la subvention est tout petit et la durée est 1 an. I just wanted to specify with colleges, it's also achievable where you need to have at least 2 employees and 2 years of operation. So early startups may not be qualified, but at least 2 years is fine. And for them, it goes up to $75,000. So again, it's for a 1-year project. C'est avec cet été partout au collège. Dans les collèges au Québec, il y en a 59. Donc, ça vaut vraiment la peine dès que vous avez une petite idée, même si c'est pas un projet révolutionnaire, on a plein d'idées avec les masques en ce moment, les respirateurs, toutes les essais en laboratoire, en biotechnologie. C'est très, très vaste. Et je suis certaine que, en tout cas, comme je vous dis, beaucoup d'entreprises se sont converties pour y aller de l'avant avec ça.
Justement, ça fait vraiment plaisir de te voir. Ça fait vraiment longtemps qu'on ne s'est pas vu. Puis la distanciation physique plutôt que sociale fait en sorte qu'on peut moins se voir encore qu'avant. Le CRSNG ou NSERC aide effectivement à la commercialisation et développement de la recherche depuis des années ici au Canada. Au Québec, vous avez une très, très bonne représentation et vous aidez vraiment à ce niveau-là, tant pour les universités que les collèges, comme vous venez de dire. Là, en particulier dans le cadre de COVID, ça serait quoi, puis là, j'ai mon cher collègue qui nous montre tout ça, ça serait quoi pour vous, genre, le candidat ou la candidate idéale? Si on devait vraiment passer le mot hammer it down today, aujourd'hui, ce vendredi-là, who would be your ideal candidate and like how can they apply for this?
Je pense pas qu'il y ait de candidats idéaux. Il y en a there's some small, very, very small. There are some very, very large getting into it. CAE is getting involved into respirators right now. You name it. I mean, the whole reason is to make it accessible very quickly. The deadline is June 1st for both colleges and universities, but it's also we're making it accessible so that it's going out the door very fast. So the processing time is probably we're looking at least maximum 4 weeks. So it's really something flexible to make things happen. And there are so many companies going. All of a sudden, you were creating some clothing, and now all of a sudden you're creating nursing gowns. You name it, and it's all. And they need they need to adapt very quickly. Vous avez besoin d'adapter votre entreprise et puis d'adapter des technologies pour la COVID. Bon, ben, on est là pour ça.
Donc là, quand vous dites 50 à 75 000, dépendamment de l'origine, ou de la taille de la compagnie, ça se passe comment concrètement? Quand vous dites qu'il n'y a pas d'investissement à faire et c'est supposons, moi, j'ai une compagnie, je faisais du textile ou des choses comme ça, où je travaillais sur des produits qui peuvent être transformés en produits de première nécessité ou de soins pour les travailleuses et travailleurs, etc. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Est-ce que je vais sur votre site web, j'applique, je dois présenter? Guidez-moi un petit peu, là. Je suis un petit peu perdu, en fait.
Oui, en fait, non, c'est assez simple. Avec les universités, il y a possibilité d'aller sur le site Internet et de présenter son idée. Et les chercheurs ont accès à cette plateforme-là qui permet finalement d'obtenir des réponses assez rapides et après ça, de jumeler chercheurs et entreprises. Et nous, au CRSNG, il y a des personnes qui s'occupent de gérer un peu cette plateforme-là pour s'assurer que les entreprises ont réponse à leurs requêtes. Donc, c'est pas... il y a aussi Québec Innove, c'est certain, qui est toujours là pour aider. Ça change pas. Donc, si jamais vous ne trouvez pas d'un côté, il y a possibilité avec Québec Innove de trouver un partenaire. Et après ça, les partenaires universitaires et collégiaux vont postuler directement au CRSNG. En tant qu'entreprise, c'est simple. Vous avez 2 pages à remplir. C'est à peu près 4 semaines d'approbation. On veut vraiment, c'est vraiment pour aider le COVID et accélérer le processus le plus rapidement possible, tout en assurant l'excellence de la recherche comme d'habitude.
Exactement. Puis si je comprends bien, c'est cumulatif en fonction des différents paniers gouvernementaux. Donc s'il y a d'autres aides, c'est une aide qui est accordée par le CRSNG ou it's a help that is given by NSERC, but you can accumulate that other help that are either at the municipal or other potential even federal level or provincial, up to a certain limit, I can imagine.
Oui, il faut faire attention. Si vous avez déjà présenté une demande d'aide pour ce même projet de recherche-là,
oui, évidemment,
on peut pas
évidemment.
Par contre, c'est bien de mentionner ça, Ilias, il y a aussi Mitax qui se sont joints. On a fait une annonce lundi face à ça. Mitax vont ajouter pour tous les projets COVID, qui sont approuvés, il est possible d'avoir un Mitax à moitié prix, donc 3 750 au lieu de 5 500 de l'investissement habituel. Donc ça, c'est un autre pour aider. Voilà.
So it's basically like leveraging this program and leveraging MyTax. You can almost get access to talent for almost free and have this kind of grant support, etc. Right? And
almost, yes. You have to invest.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Il faut investir quand même, mais c'est quand même. La majorité des entreprises, de toute façon, c'est des problématiques d'entreprise, donc elles vont vouloir s'investir parce que c'est eux qui vont absorber les.
Évidemment. Exact. Puis, on a entendu parler de plusieurs aides aussi, certaines dont la deadline, c'est le 29 avril aussi par rapport au IRAP.
Oui.
Est-ce que peux-tu, on va profiter du fait que tu sois là, si ça ne dérange pas trop.
Oui, c'est une bonne idée.
Je sais qu'il y a eu plusieurs aides qui ont été annoncées, qui s'adressaient peut-être plus à des plus grandes entreprises, pas forcément aux réalités entrepreneuriales. Là, justement, le CRSNG, NSERC avec Mitax, ainsi que IRAP, sont des aides qui vont, surtout celle-ci là dont on parle, qui est dévouée plus au support vraiment des startups ou des entrepreneurs au niveau technologie et innovation.
Oui, ben pour ce qui a été annoncé lundi ou vendredi pour le Paris, for IRAP, it would be additional. It cannot be matched with other, and it's really to supply with the salaries, financial assistance to the salaries, but it cannot be matched with any other funding that you're receiving. If you're already receiving funding, you cannot add to it.
Right.
And the deadline is next Thursday.
Yeah, next Wednesday, actually, I think. C'est le 29 avril, hein?
C'est ça, donc jeudi.
Ouais. Okay. All right. So it's coming very, very soon. So for any startup listening to us, as Hélène said, indeed, you cannot accumulate, of course, because it's part of the whole federal grant. So you cannot accumulate those federal support for the same project. But if you have employees, etc., apply before April 29th, as well as have a look at what NSERC is offering. and through the MeetX program, because you can indeed help in your pivot if you're leveraging innovation and research. And the work that they're doing is amazing in normal time, but those are like definitely unprecedented time. And I love how you're adapting and how you're keeping this good vibe and supporting our community here and throughout Canada. Merci beaucoup,
It's
Hélène,
really
vraiment.
appreciated for sure.
Thank you, Ilias. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Hélène. I hope we're gonna see you later. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
Merci.
So, Ilias, we went through that. It's been 30 minutes of live. It's time to close up. I'm actually really optimistic. There's
Yeah, I
like
know.
a lot of nice events and a lot of funding that is kind of getting structured, and very generous help if people are willing to pivot and help the current need.
Absolutely. And I think there are a lot of opportunities. And as you just mentioned, like the government and the announcements are evolving day in, day out. So a good way to actually like stay on top of that is like really join those communities, a little bit like what Bonjour Startup is trying to do. Le Maine, who's the mouvement des accélérateurs d'innovation du Québec, are trying like to keep people in the loop with all the announcements that are made. So go and check their newsletters, web episodes or webinars, etc., as well as joining the Facebook group Montreal Startups. Of course, it's dedicated to Montreal, but like throughout Quebec, and we have a few people for whom it's a community of support. There are a lot of exchanges there. If you're looking for news, information, etc., stay in the loop, because I think one of the worst things that you can do is not connecting. And I think, yes, there is social distancing, but especially for entrepreneurs, like it's not necessarily easy for some people who are planning on launching, for some people who are currently in pivoting mode, etc. It's important to find a community to support you. We try to do it. We have about 10,000 members, but it's still a community and where we support each other, and also stay in the loop. We have our newsletter. I invite people to do so, because it's difficult times, but it's in difficult times where we actually have to stick with each other and support each other and really stay in the loop. One of the hardest things, and I think, merci beaucoup Valentin pour ce que tu fais pour le webcast, parce que je pense une des choses les plus importantes et un des regrets que j'ai le plus quand je parle à des entrepreneuses ou des entrepreneurs, c'est quand ils me disent ou elles me disent « Oh, si seulement j'avais su ». Et ça te fait un petit mal. C'est même quand on parle d'événements comme le coopératon ou de trucs comme ça, où les gens sont comme « C'est juste une fois par an, j'aurais adoré pouvoir ». Et ça, donc, autant qu'on peut, on essaie de partager l'information, mais aussi d'amener les gens à développer des liens d'intimité ou des liens de proximité, de support, de développer cette culture de Give First, etc., dans notre groupe Facebook, mais aussi à travers nos événements. D'ailleurs, on a des événements qui s'en viennent là en début mai. D'ailleurs, il va falloir que j'y aille pour travailler un peu à ce niveau-là. Il y a d'autres affaires qui s'en viennent.
So, parlant de tout ce qui s'en vient, et utilisez les show notes, les commentaires dans la description, vous allez voir, en fait, ça mène vers un document. À chaque fois qu'on fait référence à des liens, des événements, etc., on le met. Sinon, normalement, dans Facebook, on les écrit dans les commentaires. Merci d'ailleurs à Gwen qui nous aide pour ça. Et oui, il y a tellement de discussions intéressantes. Si à un moment donné, vous avez un petit down ou quoi que ce soit, je vous parie que si vous regardez toutes les initiatives, les projets, c'est peut-être un peu overwhelming, c'est beaucoup d'informations, mais c'est rafraîchissant et ça fait du bien. Donc voilà, nous on se voit la semaine prochaine, vendredi.
Yes,
Jusqu'à
sir.
maintenant, vendredi, ça a l'air de bien marcher comme temps. Vas-y.
Non, c'est juste une petite note là, mais pour les gens qui nous écoutent ou qui nous voient ou les gens qui se posent des questions, je serais vraiment curieux si on peut faire un sondage, quelque chose comme ça, pour voir c'est quoi le meilleur moment qui intéresserait le maximum de personnes, justement, pour ajouter le plus de valeur au plus de monde, dans le fond. Voilà,
Parfait.
merci beaucoup, Valentin.
Dans les commentaires en bas. Merci.
Cheers, have a beautiful weekend.
Et attends, on va mettre l'animation finale. Ça nous prendrait une musique ou quelque chose. Bon, allez.
Ouais, exact, ce sera pour
À la
les
semaine
nouvelles
prochaine,
idées.
tout le monde.
Allez,
Salut.
ciao, mon cher.